I just want to start this one off by saying I really enjoyed this book. This is Golem by Mel Odom, who is a very prolific sci-fi and fantasy writer. He's done tons of things. You can look him up. Um, Golem is a cyberpunk detective novel. It is a trilogy. This is the first of three, and it features around the character of Drake, who is a bioroid. Now, let's see if I can remember this. His full name is Drake 3GI2RC. Double check me on that one. So, Drake is a bioroid. He is a essentially a robot, but created from a human base. So he has like a human brain synapses and stuff like that, and then they grow that as the artificial intelligence algorithm in this mechanical body. And he is such a great character. Drake is a detective in the police force, and everyone, for the most part, doesn't like that because he is a robot and he has to make decisions based on rules and algorithms that he has. And it causes problems. On top of that, as well, there are a general dislike for robots and clones in the cyberpunk universe, which is the Android universe, which is a very popular series of books and board games, and a tabletop game. But back on top. So Drake has these issues where people aren't happy because robots and clones are stealing wages and jobs from the hardworking people. So that is also a problem in this world for the backdrop. So Drake is a detective, and the police don't like him, and the general public don't like him. But when I say detective, he's like RoboCop meets a Terminator. He's got nanoparticles in him, so when he gets shot, his processing just starts repairing itself, and he's got powers of deduction and 360 cameras around him where he can see everything going on around him. Everything's recorded. He can be talking to you while looking up case files for something else, and you wouldn't know. It's such an interesting premise because the way Mel Odom writes him is this book is in the first person of Drake, so you're reading this book from the mind of a robot, and it's it's so fun. It is such a fun read. Drake has a partner named Shelley, and Shelley is one of the few people out there who actually respects Drake for what he is and likes him and really appreciates what he brings to the table. And she's sort of taught him how to be a little bit more human and how to work around the restrictions in his programming to get things done. And that is really crucial as the story goes on, which I will not spoil in this review. Drake has a problem though. So Drake has been having dreams, and as Drake would say, I do not have dreams. I am not programmed to dreams. Dreaming is not a function. And it's interesting because these are more than just dreams. But they're not quite memories. It's almost like an out of body experience where he's seeing something through the eyes of someone else. So through this book, Drake is sort of battling with that problem where his scanners are saying everything's fine and he is operating at 100% efficiency, while also having these sort of doubts in his programming and in his sort of neural network. And it's tackled so perfectly by Mel Odom. It was so fun. I mean, to give you an idea of how fun this book can be, is every time someone criticizes the corporation that made Drake, Drake has to defend the corporation. It's in his programming. So someone will say something like oh, you're a poor quality bioroid or something, and he'll just have to immediately just cut them off and go, actually, Haas Bioroid make us with blah blah blah, and just talk positive about them and try to sell people on him. If you would like a copy of me, I can organize a meeting with so and so. Like it's really really funny. So he can be in the middle of interrogating someone and they can insult him, and he'll just cut and just go, actually, I am made with. It's so good. It caught me off guard the first time I saw it, and it's such a perfect thing for a cyberpunk novel. Like, it just makes perfect sense. So this book, Drake is trying to solve a murder, a series of murders actually. And I don't want to spoil it because that's the whole reason you read this book, is to find out what's going on. Needless to say, at first I was curious, then I was entertained, Then I was even more curious. And then I was entertained. And when it all wrapped up at the end in a neat little bow and you understood everything that was going on and you had figured some things out on your own and they finally revealed it, you just felt satisfied. So satisfied. This isn't a literary work of art, but at the same time, it kind of is, because it's not overly complex in the way it's written. It's all simple words. Nothing's described like overly complicated. The world building's good, but it's written in the first person, and you were like, gives you the sense that you are really reading and feeling the way this Bioroid feels and thinks and breaks things down in the most simple way possible, and it's just really, really cool. If you're looking for a cyberpunk novel or a detective novel or both, and you want to have a little bit of character with the fun with some great mystery and just overall good dialogue and interesting characters, this is definitely a book to check out. I sort of read it on a whim just because I was bored and wanted to read a book, and this had been in my backlog for a while. And I'm definitely going to read the next one. I need to know more about this story, and I need more of Drake. He is such a fun character. And look, the writer does him dirty in this. He, that's all I'm going to say there. I feel bad for my boy Drake. But yeah, it is such a good, fun book. I'm not going to give it a number because numbers are silly. If you like cyberpunk, you like detective noir sort of things, you like science fiction, this is definitely one to check out. It might not be for everyone. It might be a little bit too simple for some people, but for me, it was just good, solid entertainment, and I'm definitely going to read more.